Let's use bed in Creo Parametric to make some beds of sheet metal. As you can see on this one here is a flat, and I can insert a bed at any given point using this command that is called bed. As you can see, I can be able to make this type of a bed. If I scroll down here, front view, you see this bed. I'm just using this bed command to make them. Let's see how you can make these types of beds. You should have your planner's sheet metal that is using a sketch. You can use a simple profile for now, 200 by 800, and the parameters of my planner, I'm using 1 mm wall thickness. If I go front here, the material is on the other side. You can see you can use any. When you click this button here, you are flipping material from direction. Therefore, let me assume I want to put a bed here such that I just need a small flange. I can have a flange here like this, but I want to use a bed. Let me use the bottom line here. I want to have such a flange, but I don't want to use flange. I want to use a bed. I want to bed my sheet metal, assuming this is the flat pattern, and I want to bed. If you select bed here, before select bed, we have either bed, edge bed, and a planner bed. For now, we're going to focus on the bed. Bed, first one. There are two types of a bed. Argo bed that you can use to make a simple bed, or a roll bed. These are type of a beds used to make hinges that utilizes roll bed. But for now, we are going to focus on the argo bed. If you select argo bed here, as you can see, these are the tabs that are available. The first one is called placement. Where do you want your bed to be? On the placement here, you have to select a surface where you want your bed to exist. Maybe this surface here. Then for this case, I can select this surface. There are two methods of inserting a bed in Creo Parametric. First method is called sketch method. I can sketch a bed line I can sketch, or references. These ones are called references. As you can see, you have to use these ones to locate where your bed will be. Let me first start with the simplest one, that is a sketch. After selecting the surface placement, if you go to the bed, you can sketched bed line. If it is sketched, and go isometric, I can now say I want my bed to be at this point here. Just a simple line there. Then say okay. You can see now my bed is facing downwards. If you select this arrow, the bed go up. If you want to bed this side, you see this arrow, it means this side is fixed. If you want to bed this side, just click this arrow. You can see now we are bedding the back side. Let's go back to the front side. As you can see, the flat pattern, if I say okay, the final component, the final part, the final sheet metal, the bottom one is its flat pattern. This is a very good method whereby you start from the flat pattern and create the beds you need. You can control the bed angle here, you can see. Also, you can control the bed angle here. Maybe I want 45. If I say 45, if I go front, you can see where we have 45. This 45 angle is called external dimension. It is referencing the dimension externally. If you go internal, now internal is from this face, from the fixed face to the bed, this becomes 45. Depending on what you're using, for me, I prefer using external for ease of visualization, because for this one, now for this is 90. If I want 120, I just go this side. It depends on your preferences. This one is 135 externally, but 45 internally this side. Therefore, it depends. Therefore, if I go back here, let me say I want to use 120. You can write 120 here. You see this, the bed radius. The radius is defined by thickness. These are some of the default parameters. If I put 5, I want to put 5. You see this is the line. My line was here at this point here. My line was here because that's where we are starting to make a bed. As you can see, the bed radius by default is defining the inner value. You can see here's 5 inside, but we can go outside. Therefore, then such that the outer bed radius is 5, meaning the inner bed radius is 5 minus material thickness. But most of the time we have to use inside because that's what manufacturers use when bedding a sheet metal. Something else I want you to observe is this is my bed. This point presents my bed line, and as you can see, the bed starts exactly at the bed line. You see here, starts at bed line. If I want this bed line to be the center of the bed, I can go centered on the bed. You can see the centered here. Lastly, there's another option that is called edge at the bed line, such that you see this point here, this material here, it will deduct certain, it will look for a bed location such that the bed is exactly the same length here. For you to be able to visualize this, if I say 90, you can see we are saying edge at the bed line. You see this is the bed line, but this is the edge. This surface, this length of the surface, if you are to flatten it, this actual curve, it will always come back to here because you are saying edge at the bed line, such that this edge here, it will always be at this point. Therefore, most of the time I like using starts at bed line. Then you can say okay, and you can select this one here depending on the side you want to fix. You see, if I select this side is a bedding. You can see we are bedding the back side. I'm bedding this back side, and now I'm bedding this side here. If I go back to the front here, these are some of the parameters you can play with. I will illustrate how you can use this ones later. Transition, relief. I will give an example that has a good use of relief and the bed allowance. You can also name your bed the name you want here. Therefore, that's a basic video on how to use bed, and I will illustrate how to use roll and some of the properties here. Thank you. Let's meet in part 2.